And good morning and welcome to VSA Couple 5 Minute Winning Miner on Wednesday, April the 30th. Morning, Paul.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Busy day in the mining sector.
Yeah, there's quite a lot going on, so we're going to whiz through none of my normal waffle. Quite a few that we work for as well, so we'll cover them first because they're the important ones. Let's just start off. We had a quarterly activities report from EQ Resources on the ASX, but our favourite tungsten company. Quickly update on that, Paul.
Yes, that's right. Group cash receipts from customers in the quarter, 17.5 million Australian. And that was based on a paratungstate selling price $385 per metric ton unit as of the 30th of April. And they secured $4.5 million Australian in funding through offtake agreements. The Solaro operations had just short of the prior quarter's production, 380,000 tons crushed, which was down by 10% quarter on quarter. But they have been doing crushing plant upgrades at the same time, and the efficiency of the gravity circuit screening is pretty good at 94% there. So you can't say that would be a continuing issue, I would say. So we'll see whether that recoveries or that production rate improves going forward here. They did also during the quarter some management change rounds as well, like Kevin McNeil transitioning to chief tech officer to take up that role there. And as of the 31st of March, the company had cash of Australian just shy of $2 million. And Spanish loan facilities still in place for another $1 million or so available to them.
Good. All right, let's keep going. There's a little bit of an update from Cleantech Lithium this morning on their mining application over down in Chile.
Yes, that's right. They did receive on the 23rd a turn down from the Chilean government on their special lithium operating contract. So they have formally filed an appeal to that decision to see whether or not they can get that reversed. That essentially is an appeal that says that Cleantech Lithium should be allowed to become the operator of a mine there at Laguna Verde. And they say also in their press release that if the appeal is not successful, that they would expect then to do a short public tender process.
Okay, rattling through some news out on Sierra Madre, gold and silver down in Mexico.
Yes, that's right. Also a VSA client specifically there. They've opened their second mine operation there, reopening the former First Majestic Coloso mine as part of that Guatara mine complex. Coloso being 4 kilometers from the La Guatara processing plant. And Coloso had been produced by First Majestic up to 2018, so it has underground workings of about 12 kilometers or so. Now, Coloso also has a higher grade than the La Guatara mine, which is currently feeding the mill. So, but it doesn't have as many working faces underground, so they will probably feed no more than 100 tons per day, at least in the short term, to act as blended feed with the La Guatara ore, because the mill itself at La Guatara is otherwise in its full nominal capacity of treatment. So this purpose is to get a second source of feed, of course, but also to overall increase the overall milling grade, and therefore should improve the total precious metals produced quarterly going forward as well.
All right. Now let's turn to some that might be of interest. We've obviously in the past talked a lot about Ferro Alloy Resources, the Kazakhstan vanadium miner, where Vision Blue Resources has got quite a big stake now. We follow it a lot, obviously, because our interest in vanadium, although vanadium ain't going anywhere at the moment, and the price of vanadium is still falling, and I see no upside in it personally. Now, they've had figures today. I don't know how you feel about them, Paul, but I think the market's going to worry that they're running out of cash.
That is the one of the concerns. Yes, so they have said that in their full year results released today, that they have had cash at bank as of the end of December at $3.75 million U.S. But at the 31st of March, it was down below 2 million U.S. now. The plant that they have there on their Kazakhstan vanadium operation, they essentially will hold it on standby until there is actually a marketplace, which will otherwise they can treat materials and sell them at a profit. For the year, they produced 301 tons of vanadium pentoxide and 35 tons of moly and ferromolybdenum. So they are capable of restarting the mill fairly quickly for production, but the thing is the market prices have been just too low at this point in time. So they are looking for market improvement, and I guess you'd have to say at this point, keep an eye on how the tariff things play out, because Kazakhstan, of course, is not aligned as far as marketplace for its materials. And these materials, as ferro products, are definitely in demand in Europe, for example. So we'll see as things play out here. But again, the question remains as to just how much cash they might need to sustain.
I think that's the issue. I mean, we're still big fans of vanadium flow batteries, although they are struggling slightly to really get momentum, but we still think they will. But I'm not sure if that'll quite bail them out. There's plenty of vanadium around in the world. Right. Keep going. Atlantic Lithium had a little bit of an update. Again, actually, this is one where we all know they're just waiting for some permissions to get going. They're all ready to get going. And they're down to 8 million Aussie dollars of cash, which for the size of the business may worry the market a bit. But what's your view, Paul?
Yes, that it is also would be a concern here at this point as well. They didn't say actually what their current burn rate or how much they spend on a monthly basis here, but they do have a cost saving measures in place in order to keep the lights on, as it were. Otherwise, just general progress has been made as expected on the Ewoya lithium project there in Ghana. Completion of phase two soil geochem has also been done on the Rubino license in Cote d'Ivoire. And also, they have updated the JORC compliant resource estimate to 37 million tons of 42% feldspar, because that will be a sellable co-product from the Ewoya operation. So just keep a close eye on that one, and we'll see how things evolve, I guess, is in the coming couple quarters.
Okay, let's do a couple more very quickly, and I mean quickly, but one that isn't going to have a worry about cash because it's producing gold, and that's Serabi Gold. These look pretty good, Paul.
Yes, that's right. Serabi Gold had their also their statement out here, and in their cash position is at $22 million, which is double that from what it was in the December quarter. So they're really churning out cash with the production now. Revenue, 94.5 million. Gold production for the full year came in at 37,500 ounces, which is up by 4,500 ounces from the prior year period. And profit per share came in at 37 cents, which is almost four times the amount of profit they had in 2023. Cash costs $1,326 per ounce, which was only a slight increase of about 2%, and all-in sustaining costs also a rise of about 2% at $1,700 an ounce.
Okay, just quickly, I know you love your diamonds. Gem Resources rather, had a report today. They're not diamonds, of course, are they? They're emeralds.
No, this is emeralds in this case.
I know. I did pick myself up there before you said it. It's emeralds. I should know that. My wife has a beautiful emerald on her engagement ring. Well, that was many, many years ago, but she still wears it. I love my house. Quickly on that one, Paul, then we'll call it a day.
Yeah, real quickly, they didn't manage to get into production, or at least trial production, in 2024 as they had hoped. But as of the beginning of 2025, they have started to produce some emeralds at this point in time. For 2024 full year, they had a loss of 2 million sterling, and they have cash position at 414,000 pounds. Uh, Jorkin for Resource would say that they should be able to produce at least a 17-year mine life out of their Cobra and Discovery pits. So there is future in this, but the main thing is their stability of working capital in order to get some ongoing sales going.
I think the moral of the day today is it's all about cash. Very good. Paul, you'll have to talk with Ollie or David tomorrow as I'm off up to the Midlands again to see my favourite client. Right now it is anyway. I'll be back on Friday. Thanks.
Very good. See you then.
This podcast has been produced and edited by VSA Capital. It is intended for information purposes and not as investment advice. The information is intended for recipients who understand the risks associated with equity investments in smaller companies. Please do your own research and do not rely on a single source when making an investment decision. VSA Capital may derive fees from this content and seeks to do business with the companies mentioned.